What's up everyone, welcome back to the channel. On today's video guys, I want to talk about 3 things that you can buy right now to save not only time but also a lot of gold. So the first thing I want to talk about here is going to be the blue crystals. I do think a lot of people already know that those blue crystals is quite important in Lost Ark and that they will increase in price with time. It has been proven in Korea, it has been proven in Russia as well, and it's actually quite obvious why those blue crystals are going to increase in value, right? But I do think a lot of people forget to buy these blue crystals little by little. It's important for you to accumulate them when they're still sitting at the stabilizing price of like 600, 500, because obviously that price is not gonna sit there forever. It's gonna increase at some point. And if you wait until then you're gonna basically lose gold, right? Because you could have buy them when they were still cheap. So the second reason is because you have access to Mary's shop, and obviously it's someone that everybody knows. But if you wait until it's actually Mary's shop is actually quite great against gold inflation, or if you wish the inflation in the open market, when where price of every essential things are going to be increasing because the gold is actually losing value, right? Um, so if you wait until the inflation is taking place, the price of the blue crystals is going to be already sitting very high because a lot of people will want to access Mary's shop. So everyone wants to buy blue crystals, and that will send the price of blue crystals really, really high. So it is important again to buy them before this event takes place. So it is important to accumulate those blue crystals little by little over time. So the third point here is because you can buy skins with those blue crystals. And so if you are a player who cares a lot about skins, I also do care a lot about skins and cosmetics and stuff like that. And so it is important to buy them before the skins are going to be released, because if you wait until the skin gets released, then everybody also wants to buy those skins, so that will have a lot of demand on those blue crystals, which are going to send the price of blue crystals really, really high as well. So it is important to buy them before the skins gets released. So as I said just before as well, you should accumulate those blue crystals little by little before those events takes place. So now I want to move on the second item, which is going to be the fions. And this item is actually the main reason why I'm making this video. So it is actually pretty important item, right? So those fions will increase in value, or if you wish, there's going to be a lot of demand for these fions items, because once the relic items are going to be available, actually the requirement of fions that you need to buy for one relic accessory is going to be 35 fions. And that's a lot of fion, guys, to buy only one relic accessories. For the ability stones, that's going to be 9. And for one relic tripod gear, that's going to be 7. And so if you are a player who cares a lot about min-maxing and about getting the best potential of your character, so that you can have the best output of damage of your character, I have an example of minimal setting that of minimal things that you need to buy, of relic stuff that you need to buy to have the best potential, right? And of course, these numbers are not really relevant, but I do think that's at least the bare minimum, right? So first off, that's going to be 5 accessories, and that's very obvious. You need 5 accessories on your characters. 10 ability stones, and also 10 tripod gear. I made 10 ability stones because, those the cutting of ability stone is actually quite RNG by a lot. So of course some people may succeed on the first ability stone that they cut, but also some people will need to use 10, 20 ability stones in order to achieve what they really need, right? Um, so also 10 tripod gear is actually really, really small. This should be around 50 or 40 like that, right? But as I said, this is just a minimal number to just show you guys how much fions will you actually need whenever you want to min-max your character on the relic stuff, right? So that would be a total of 335 fions, and that's a lot of fions, guys, right? So that would be in the equivalent to 2,848 blue crystals. And that's a lot as well, right? And in terms of value of that in gold, with the current price of blue crystals in my region, that would be about 18,000 gold. And so that may seem a lot, but I do think those prices are still really cheap for what you get. Basically, if you don't have Fions, you cannot buy those stuff. So it is going to be very, very important to have those Fions prior to people to realize. When most people realize that they will need a lot of ions. Obviously, they will want to buy a lot of blue crystals. As you can see, you need a lot of blue crystals. So that will also send the price of the blue crystals really, really high. So it is important again to buy those blue crystals prior to the event where you will have the relic accessories available, which gonna make people realize that actually you will need a lot of fions, right? Basically, right? So it is really important to buy these fions prior to those events. And also, if you are not someone who wants to min-max everything, you still want to buy those Fions because, actually not Fions, but Blue Crystals, because you'll be able to buy those Fions. And also, those Fions is going to be important because at some point, even if you don't want to buy any relic accessories on the open market or any relic ability stone, at some point you will need to buy at least one or two or something like that, right? So if you don't have any, of course, you will need to buy on the currency exchange. You want to buy blue crystals, and if the price of blue crystals is already sitting high, you're gonna spend a lot of gold, and of course that's a loss in terms of gold because you could have buy them before the rise of price. So that will be it for the Faions, and I want to move on the last one, which is going to be the honor shards. And the honor shards, yes. So the honor shards, I've talked many times about honor shards on my channel, on my previous videos. So if you really want to look on why the honor shards are going to increase in price over time as we further go into the game, feel free to actually watch my previous videos about it. So basically, I will make it short for the honor shards. It will increase in price with time because actually you need a lot of honor shards to hone your gear in the late game, right? Not right now. Right now we don't need that much. You just basically can do your chaos dungeon, and that will be enough for you to hone. Except if you of course, if you go to 1940 right now, you may need a lot, or if the Chaos Dungeon is not going to be enough, and you will need to buy on the open market. But that's not the case for most free-to-play players. So I do think it's important for you to actually realize that you will need a lot of these in the late game, and so if you buy them right now, you can basically either save time or you can also sell them to make profit because it is very obvious that the price of those materials are going to increase by a lot. Um, as I said, buying now before the rise is going to save a lot of time farming and all gold, right? So that was the three items that I wanted to show you guys that I think is actually quite nice to buy right now, so that you can save time and also save gold. So if you enjoyed the video, guys, please hit a like. Also, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on the next video. Peace.